Now that we have refreshed ourselves somewhat, let us consider all claimants as they currently stand. Xibruq Ja and Kawana have completed every feat thus far and hold 5 keenstones apiece. Wuklammat would be equal with them, but for Bakool Ja Ja's thievery, which has left us 1 short. That conniving braggart didn't so much as lift a finger for the feat of proof, and wreaked havoc for the feat of ice. He can't have more than 3 keystones at most. He may think he can simply steal what he needs to win, but he's sorely mistaken. I will be taking back what is mine, this I swear. I fear that reclaiming your keystone may not be enough. That is if Bakool Ja Ja's unleashing of Valley Garmanda is of any indication. Using his lead, I anticipate that he will move to obtain the remaining keystones before disrupting his rival's attempts. We may all find ourselves being forced to take from one another. I can't say I'd be comfortable with that. But neither will I surrender my claim to the throne so easily. If it's for the sake of preserving the happiness of my people, I'll do what I must. The last 2 keystones we require are those of the Lay of Repast and the Lay of the Brotherhood. The former depicts a cessation of hostilities between the Mamook and the Xibruq in the forests of Yak Te'l, specifically near a village called Br'aax. That's where I was born, if you recall. I haven't been back there since Papa took me in when I was a baby. Where the Lay of the Brotherhood takes place, however, is unclear. In the saga, it is said that a foreign explorer came seeking an audience with the Dawn Servant, but little more info than that. Eorzea has a similar tale. The explorer Ketenram befriended a 2-headed king known as the Atrak before commencing his travels across Tyrol. He journeyed here several times afterwards, but was ultimately lost at sea. At least that is the commonly held belief. Maybe the dude is just like chilling out in Tyrol somewhere, like retired, and he'll be like, oh shit, you found me. Your 2-headed king certainly sounds like Papa, so this Ketenram fella must have come to Tuliolal. But if he indeed arrived some 80 years ago, the capital may not have been built yet, the vestiges of Yakui's architecture notwithstanding. Wait, you said Atrak, didn't you? Then Ketenram must have met the Dawn Servant in Mamook. Mamook? Is that a city? One of the grandest in Tyrol, once upon a time, and the seat of the Mamook Ja's homeland. It too lies in Yak Te'l, not far from Br'aax. Then all things considered, Yak Te'l seems the obvious choice for our next destination. From here, the safest method of travel is by dirigible. We should make for the landing once our preparations are complete. We're riding in one of Kawana's balloons? They can't be any worse than the ships, can they? Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. Flying is fun. Let's go, everybody. Let's go on a hot air balloon ride. It'll be so much fun. It'll be fine. Just fine. How exciting! The design of Tyroli dirigibles intrigues me. I must note how they perform compared to Eorzean airships. For as much as I wish we could ignore him, Bakool Ja Ja is a real threat. We can't afford to let our guard down. Ready to leave when you are. Yak Te'l, where the Yakui dreamt of the Golden City. The next flight to Yak Te'l will be leaving shortly. Passengers are asked to keep hands, legs, and luggage inside the dirigible at all times. Are we sure that thing will stay in the air? All the way to Yak Te'l? You ready? Bags packed and goodbye said. There's no going back once we lift off. It's okay, Wuklammat. We'll be fine. Not that I'm nervous or anything, I'm just making sure that you're not nervous. Be true to yourself, Wuklamat. Oh, who am I kidding? My knees won't stop shaking. Hey, will you hold my hand? Oh, just until I've settled my nerves. Oh no! Of course. Oh, maybe ask Erinville. I missed my chance. I missed my shot. I messed up. You're the nicest person I've ever met, Mana. I'll try not to crush your hand. Oh no. Oh my god, I have to speedrun this on an alt and see what happens if I say Erinville. Stay tuned. There she... There she is! Third promise, wait just a moment. Hi, Moblu. And I assume Tobly. Moblu and Tobly! Of course, of course. I'll wait as long as you need. Sorry to delay you, but were you able to discover the origin of... Oh. Sorry to delay you, but we were able to discover the origin of Kral's earring. Is that so? You said before that it gained popularity in Yak Te'l as a protective ward for travelers, correct? That's right! We tracked down the elderly merchant to whom first sales are attributed. According to him, the design imitates an accessory worn by a foreign mage he met at the market some 20 years ago. Little did he know that charming taste of salt would prove to be a commercial triumph! A foreign mage wearing this earring could only be grandfather. Did the merchant happen to mention which market? One in Yak Te'l, how convenient, to where it seems you are already bound! What luck! Then I shall seek my next clue once we arrive. Is it mere coincidence that brought my grandfather there? Or... yet another discovery to look forward to. Thank you both for coming all this way. Anything for the third promise! Good luck with the rest of the ride! Thanks, I won't let you down. I've just got to board this dirigible and I'm as good as there! Last call for passengers to Yak Te'l. I really hope she wins. Yak Te'l will test her mettle without a doubt. The next Dawn servant must be willing to bear the full weight of this nation's history, no matter how heavy it may be.
The fierce Xibruq hunters who laid claim to this land call it the Azure Forest, Yak Te'l.
Oh.
Battered by meteors in ancient times and colored mesmerizing shades of blue and green by nature, it is easy to understand why the place is so named.
Oh my gosh, I just played Final Fantasy X. This forest looks like the Makalania Woods. Oh my gosh.
It is here where the Xibruq and Mamook once battled for dominance, that the right of succession would reach its climax.
Are you all right?
I've never been good with heights.
The vegetation is far denser than in Kozamautka.
I suggest you pay more attention to the ground, unless you want to walk straight into a cenote.
A cenote?
Sinkholes filled with rain and groundwater. Many meteors fell here long ago, it is said, and after they struck the Earth, it became susceptible to erosion. Deep as some of the pits are, you'll not climb out in a hurry should you take a tumble. So, don't take a tumble.
It was one time.
Is the Xibruq community depicted in the Lay of Repast close by?
Aye. We need but follow the path a short way west.
Right. I can't stand here with my knees knocking forever. Let's get going.
Worry not. Kral and I will ensure our promise doesn't wind up at the bottom of one of these cenotes. Would it kill Erenville to give me the benefit of the doubt? Or the benefit of a second chance? I can hardly fathom how difficult travel must have been before the second promise introduced dirigibles. Can you imagine having to walk all this way? Well, that journey was delightful. The wind was fair and the vessel hardly rocked at all. With thicker vegetation comes reduced visibility. I advise you to keep someone in sight at all times. Whoa! Whoa! What the hell are you? I love seeing all these new creatures. It feels like Dawntrail has a lot. Hold on, guys. I'm being chased. Is that Xibruq over there, I wonder? Take care not to get separated. I'd hate to lose you to this rampant undergrowth. See? No tumbles! Thanks to Kral and Alice, but it still counts! For all of Erenville's insistence, I have yet to discover anything particularly blue about this forest. Good. Everyone's accounted for. Xibruq is up ahead. Let's be on our way. Just so you know, I shall be very cross if you push me. I'm sorry, I won't. Ha! I've fallen into High Tide Harbor enough times to be a professional diver. There's no way I'd fall into something like this on accident. Are all cenotes this deep, I wonder? What's so blue about this forest? You'll see. Erenville was not exaggerating about the cenotes. It would be a grueling ordeal to climb out of one. Well, thankfully we made it here without incident. Let's not dally any longer. Are we ready to proceed? I am eager to learn more about Xibruq and Xibruq customs. Ready to head on in? Our first task should be finding the Elector. Hopefully our relative tardiness will not reflect poorly upon us. The third promise in a retinue, I presume. You presume right. I seek the Dawn Servant's Elector. Then come and join us in the Garden of the Stars, at the village center. Everyone is waiting for you. Everyone? Do not skip cutscene, no. And who might that be? There is but one way to find out. Come, let us follow them. Oh, literally everyone.
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with Ligarmanda in the first place.
You self-serving piece of weaver dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Now that we are assembled, let us begin. My name is Hunmuruk. As Xibruq, I have the honor of serving as elector on behalf of my people.
Is that her dad? Like her real one?
As all 4 claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival. Third promise. If you would please join us.
Are her real parents, like, still alive? Hi! How's it going, fellas? You having fun?
Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of Repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
I want to be on Kwana's team.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones. I advise you to cooperate with your partner.
Alright, so, good path is we get paired with Kwana. Most interesting path would be if we get paired with Xibruq Ja. And funniest path will be if we get paired with Bakool Ja Ja.
Teams will be decided by lots.
Oh shit.
Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
I actually kind of hope it's Xibruq Ja. Because I want this guy to have a lot more depth than he's letting on. I want to see what makes him tick. But I also think it would be really, really funny if it's Bakool Ja Ja. Worst, well, not really worst because I like him, but like least interesting scenario is if we get paired with Kwana, just because we've already done a lot with Kwana. I like him, but yeah, I want to learn more about Xibruq Ja or laugh very hard at Bakool Ja Ja.
Twelve forbid Wuklamat is paired with Bakool Ja Ja. After all he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
Claimants, please present your colors.
Alright, here we go. Come on, Xibruq Ja, Xibruq Ja. Red for...
I have red.
Oh my gosh, he has red. He has my color. He's gonna team up with me.
Blue.
Okay, okay. If Bakool Ja Ja has, okay, best case scenario, Bakool Ja Ja has red. Worst case scenario, Bakool Ja Ja has blue.
On separate teams, then. And the rest?
Red! Yay!
Which means...
Wait, no! We're with Kwana.
Get there again. As fate would have it.
I got so excited, I forgot. I forgot this is the one I didn't want.
Victory's as good as ours.
With our claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Not the one-head.
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows. Each team is to prepare a sample of traditional Xibruq cuisine. Xibruq Pibil.
A cooking competition?
And now we must cook. Another ludicrous feat.
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
Agreed. Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
You know what I'm kind of thinking? I kind of see 3 endings to this rite of succession storyline. Either Bakool Ja Ja does not give up his throne and he stays the king, or Wook Lamat gets the throne because she's our protagonist, or Wook Lamat and Kawana together rule Te'l, because they can cover each other's weaknesses with their strengths, and they work very well together, and they care about each other. So I could see Te'l getting some sort of dual rulership with these two. Yeah.
Our promises have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say?
Haha.
Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat, few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
The variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks their agricultural roots and cold climes, true.
The peoples we've met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink. The Hanu Hanu replenish their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelu Pelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
With each feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture. Is this what Father intended for us all along? But a leader with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to tradition, that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future.
Kawana, you are almost there. You just need a little more character development, just like a nudge in the right direction.
The rules are simple. The first team to prepare and partake of satisfactory Xibruq Pibil will be deemed victorious. You will be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques. Kitchens have been made available for your use. Note that you may be asked to retry should your dish fail to pass muster.
Welcome to Cutthroat Kitchen.
Let the feat of repast begin.
I've never actually heard of Xibruq Pibil before. What's it like, I wonder?
For the pairings to be thus decided, the stars aligned for us indeed. Yeah, it gave us the most least interesting possible scenario. Thank you, stars. As much as I would have loved to defeat you all in a high-stakes culinary battle, I couldn't have asked for better allies. God, I wanted to be your culinary rival so bad, Thancred, but here we are. I consider myself a connoisseur of all things tasty and Turali, but this is the first I've heard of Xibruq Pibil. The first promise and Bakool Ja Ja are formidable on the field, but in the kitchen, I think the odds are in our favor. The second promise will no doubt have thoughts on how best to proceed. Let us ask for his perspective. Do you suppose the first promise and Bakool Ja Ja will wear matching aprons? I dearly hope so! Same! I hope everyone's wearing really cute aprons, actually. Oh, I'm gonna draw that. Only 2 claimants can receive keystones from this feat. Intimidating, perhaps, but irrelevant. We shall prevail. How fortunate that this feat's unique stipulations have frustrated Bakool Ja Ja's attempts to delay us. Serve serves him right. That's what he gets for endangering my people with his schemes. Why doesn't he just compete fairly? He's plenty strong, and obviously has a mind for strategy, twisted though it may be. I'll never understand him. Putting aside our competition for the moment, allow me to express how glad I am for this opportunity to work together. As I see it, our team possesses a distinct advantage. Of course we do. Any team I'm on is bound to succeed. Precisely. He loves his sister! You mean we have an advantage in numbers, yes? Our competition has a team of 6, the 2 claimants, Xibruq Ja and Bakool Ja Ja's lackeys. Whereas we are a team of 9. That's 3 more people who we can mobilize. With the tasks suitably delegated, it should be a brisk affair to learn the recipe and assemble necessary ingredients. Too easy! Well, we mustn't be overconfident, lest we make a careless mistake that could have easily been avoided. Our first order of business should be determining the recipe for Xibruq Pibil. We can hardly gather ingredients for a dish we know nothing about. Given the nature of this feat, asking for answers directly may prove less effective than simply observing the daily habits of the Xibruq people. Let us gather here once we have seen what clues this village has to offer. You know what I could see happening? I could see the Rite of Succession coming to an abrupt end because of whatever's going on in Yak Te'l. We have to go north to handle the stuff at Yak Te'l, but the King's Succession does not actually have a conclusion, and so the patch content is going to be the conclusion of picking an heir. That's what I kind of think is going to happen. We're not going to get a new Dawn servant just yet. That's interesting on the map over here. There's Zidal Talat Tisoli. Do I like dive underwater and go over here? I wonder what's over there. I kind of want to check. I'm sure the story will send me there eventually, but I'm like super curious. I can't talk to you fellas, huh? I do like Kwana. He's definitely grown on me. I love how much he cares about his sister. It is very cute. We need more of him and his sister together because that's when he's the funnest to hang out with. The recipe for Xibruq Pibil. I wish I could tell you, friend. A dish so delicious is meant to be shared. Alas, we are forbidden from divulging anything. Orders from Hunmuruk himself. But your mentioning it has given me a fierce craving. I only hope there's still Xibruq to be had at the market. Wink. We ought to cut our losses and head to Mamook. This feat is nothing but a fool's errand. You're the fool if you think he won't tan our hides for leather if we dare return without enough keystones. Besides, we've taken from the house cat before. How difficult could it be a second time? Hey, fellas. What are you looking at, salt liquor? Mind your own business! Herm. A number of spices, some entirely unfamiliar to you, are nestled in a basket. That one's called akyote. We mostly use it to add a bit of color to, our most popular cuisine. But its medicinal benefits are significant as well. Oh, thank you, thank you. Bright banana peel. Are there some neon bananas out here? An unusually colored banana peel has been neatly arranged on the ground, which appears to be smoking. Oh no, it appears I've gone and dropped my Jatika banana peel. I could barely see it for all the steam issuing from my underground oven. There's nothing like enjoying a tasty banana while you use the leaves in your cooking. Thanks, dude. I love these people, like, not supposed to help us, going like wink wink and helping us. Sorry, I'm back. What did we discover about Xibruq Pibil? True to your prediction, the villagers were forbidden from educating us, directly. However, many were still preparing it as one might a staple dish. And observations of their techniques yielded clues enough. A lady blending local herbs and spices was only too happy to describe the ones I didn't recognize, while neither confirming nor denying any relation to Xibruq Pibil. One in particular she attributed to all common Xibruq dishes. Akiote, she called it. I see. Then if Xibruq Pibil is indeed a dish as ubiquitous as Alphino claims, we have confirmed our first ingredient. Meanwhile, I did observe a cook bearing bundles wrapped in the leaf of najul, or banana, in certain localities. Twould seem the use of subterranean ovens is commonplace. I saw the same! I think we all know what's inside those bundles then, don't you? A sizzling slab of a sizzling slab of beef. It smelled so good I could practically taste it. The squeaky flesh of a bipedal fish. I'm gonna go with beef. I think you were smelling what you wanted to smell. Cattle is uncommon in Yak Te'l and unlikely to be an ingredient used in Xibruq traditional cuisine. I'm very quirky and funny. Well, maybe it was the squeaky flesh of a bipedal fish, since you will let me answer all of the statements. What the hell are you talking about? What kind of creature is that? There seems to be more hunters than fishers here, so I think we're looking for a different meat. But I'd be keen to give it a try next time. Well, don't worry, there will be a lot of fishers here. Xibruq without a doubt. As would be expected of a dish called Xibruq Pibil, indeed. So to summarize, this dish is one of Xibruq, flavored with a combination of spices that includes akiote and steamed underground within najul, or banana leaves. Given our assumptions are correct, we must now learn where and how to procure our ingredients. As a staple cuisine, its ingredients would be close at hand, which is why Thancred and I scouted the surrounding forests while you were all exploring the village. Between the local vegetation and wild Xibruq, we should have everything we need in regards to meat and spices. Leave it to a master gleaner! Aww. With that, we should next divvy up our tasks. While some gather ingredients, others should make ready the kitchen. I can help prepare the kitchen. Permit me to assist as well. Our ovens will doubtless require firewood, and I have some experience in its gathering! Alright everybody, cross that off your Final Fantasy XIV new expansion bingo. Alphino talked about the firewood thing. Alphino has one joke. I too should be glad to volunteer mine aid. Then the rest of us will gather ingredients. I can make quick work of the spices and herbs myself. I am happy to lead someone to a suitable Xibruq if they will perform the requisite deed, Alice? As for the najul leaves, I believe I am capable of acquiring that much on my own. Be warned, you won't find najul in these parts. They only grow in the Jatika heartland, forests far below these. Such an excursion may be time-consuming. Perhaps we ought to try bartering first. This feat encourages our communication with the locals, after all. Lamati, Mana, if you would accompany me on my errand. Yes, I want to see the siblings interact. No better way to whet my appetite. Good. Then let us be about our tasks then. Lamati had no specific task assigned to her, so I had her accompany me. No more nor less. You want to spend time with your sister! Come on, let's go and get those najul leaves. The sooner we do, the sooner we can eat. Spicy brook wrapped in najul leaves? That sounds like a winning combination to me. Let us see if there are najul leaves to be had in town. Perhaps the cook Oryanje mentioned might be persuaded to spare us a few. Oh, hello again. Did you need something? Bananas, please. Najul leaves, for purposes other than Xibruq Pibil, naturally. Unfortunately, I just used up my last. You'll have to travel to the lower forests for more. Gol Majik Grove is the source of the finest Najul leaves you'll find. Wild variants you sometimes see in city markets can't compare. I see. I had hoped to avoid such a lengthy venture, but if there's no other way to obtain our ingredient, then to the Ja Tika heartland we shall go. Allow me to save you the trip. Traveling there requires that you go through the Tienbeck Traverse, but it has caved in, due to the recent storm, I expect. What? But that means we can't get our Najul leaves! But we can, can't we? If there was no other way of procuring them, you would have suspended this feat, or else altered its objective. Perhaps. Anyway, I apologize for the interruption, but having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. That's very kind of you. Any last-minute advice you'd be willing to share? Only to undertake the feat of repast with an empty stomach. You may find Xibruq Pibil to be a delicious but daunting dish to finish. I can't wait! Still, if there are no leaves here, and we can't travel for more, how are we supposed to gather all our ingredients? These feats are meant to deepen our understanding of the peoples and cultures of Tuliolal. So perhaps there is something about Xibruq Pibil that we have yet to learn, something of significance other than its recipe or ingredients. Oh, I see. Like who was the first to make it? Its history, that sort of thing. If it's Yak Te'l history you're interested in, you should start with the Old War. Between the Xibruq and the Bakool Ja Ja, right? These forests have borne witness to centuries of warfare, the evidence of which remains a scar upon the earth. To know the end of that bloodshed is to know Xibruq Pibil. Huh? What does steamed Xibruq have to do with bloodshed? Precisely the question we must answer. Vexing though such a detour may seem, I can think of no other way to approach this feat. In that case, you may wish to visit the site of a settlement ruined by the war, the village of Ilian Asso. It lies a short distance to the east. The village of Ilian Asso? Understood. Thank you for the help. Come, let's go and see this place. Everyone knows there was a war between the Mamook and the Xibruq, but I may have forgotten some details. The village of Ilian Asso must be further east. Let us continue with haste. For all we know, our competitors may be on our heels. This place feels forgotten by time. So this is the village of Ilian Asso, or what's left of it. It was a place of light and life. My great-grandfather called it home, in fact. Oh, hi! Hello, Mr. Manners. Look, Uvu! I didn't know you were in Yak Te'l. I was picking up lumber from Br'aax when I heard that the third promise was on her way to this site of deep historical significance. I immediately saw another opportunity to be of service, and so followed you here. Wook Uvu is a shipwright who came to our aid during the Feat of Reeds. A pleasure. You are a member of the Third Promise's retinue, I presume. For the moment, I suppose I am. My name is Kawana. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Kawana! Now that's a good name. A familiar name. Where have I heard? Kawana! As in the second promise of Tulia Lal? To think that I address the Dawn Servant's own son as some common retainer! Such disrespect cannot be excused. Please take up your gun and... Oh, come on! Not this again! I take no offense, so please do not dwell on it. Alright then, I shan't dwell on it. And right on cue! At least he's consistent. I understand you wish to learn about Xibruq Pibil. While I am forbidden by the Xibruq rocks to divulge any information regarding its preparation, I would be happy to share what I know of Yak Te'l's history. We'd appreciate that. In its most basic sense, the conflict between the Xibruq and Mamook Ja was one of land. The Mamook Ja lived in the lower forest, where the thick canopy obscures the sun and the soil is unforgiving to crops. This drove them to covet the upper forest, the home of the Xibruq, and they launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. Yet advantage ever favors higher ground, and the Xibruq forces held the upper hand against the invaders, rebuffing them time and time again. But as the state of this village would attest, the tide eventually turned. What brought it about? Something you know all too well. Blessed siblings. Your papa! You must understand, the Mamook Ja were once a people as much at war with themselves as they were with others. The Hubijo, Bunawa, and Dopro each sought to assert dominance over the others, even as they engaged the Xibruq in battle. In an effort to strengthen bonds and discourage infighting, Hubijo and Bunawa leaders arranged a marriage between their children. However, this political measure altered the course of history in ways no one could have ever imagined. It was long believed that partners of differing clans could not have children together. But then it happened. A child who shared the blood of Hubijo and Bunawa both, a two-headed Mamook Ja. Blessed with tremendous physical strength and magical prowess, he grew into a mighty warrior before eventually arising as the first Atrok, ruler of all three clans. Such qualities would dispose anyone to leadership, character notwithstanding. Under the Atrok's rule, the newly united Mamook Ja became a force to be feared, and the war soon came to a head. I think it's best you see the results firsthand. Let us visit another battlefield from that time, and there I shall continue the tale. What happened here? By the 12.
This is where most battles were fought between the Xibruq and Mamook Ja, the Xibruq Cinder Field.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yokui's departure some 500 years ago. And for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence. A constant stream of minor skirmishes, punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Valley Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
Oh, echo! Echo alert! Echo alert!
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours! If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace!
Buff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill-deserve the bounty of this forest. Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance? You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us. Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
Was that Keteram?
He's from across the ocean.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end? That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural. If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then? You do not know the warlords of the East, but you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest. By joining hands, we might create a unified front, an alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe. There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda. What? You defeated the Sky Ruin? I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Pelu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
Those strengths are born of cooperation. The guiding principle of the nation we envision.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
And so began that legendary banquet. One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue. But then, the dawn servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamook partook of spiced meat, and the Xibruq steamed najul. Before long, Delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn servant laughed and declared once more. Their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
That's Xibruq Pibil, I'd wager.
It is a marriage of Xibruq and Mamook Ja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation. The Dawn servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast. In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets a strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Xibruq Pibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us.
If I had an echo,
What's wrong?
that means the person watching us was someone there. So, like, whomst?
Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
I never imagined our father was instrumental to Xibruq Pibil's invention. I hope I have been of sufficient service to the third promise. Papa really did live up to his words. He traveled the land and learned about our people's myriad cultures. And we're doing the same now. It's thanks to Wook Uvu that we were able to learn this forest's history. That's twice now that he's helped us. To think that we might never have met him if we hadn't thought to fix the float. Mystery present, is it Xibruq Pibil? Bananas still weigh heavily upon Kawana's mind. Wook Uvu has given us valuable insight into the origins of Xibruq Pibil. However, we are still no closer to procuring the necessary Najul leaves, unless... Tell me, was that historic feast commemorated in some fashion, with a monument, for instance? Indeed it was. Allow me to show you. What does Kawana want with a monument? It is only speculation, but I dare to hope. Here it is. Offered by the two factions, these weapons symbolize their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this defeat demands a journey through history, I thought it only logical that a monument like this might steer us true. Especially one at the heart of so significant a battlefield. Lamachi, Mana, would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye. Sure thing. Okay. Look here. This soil has been recently overturned. Ooh, someone buried a box. Well, well. I would have been satisfied to find only a hint. But here they are, fresh Najul leaves. Hunmuruk's doing, I'd wager. There's a poetry in hiding them on this battlefield, given that it was central to the war they helped end. So he planned all this from the start. Thank you again, Wukuvu. We wouldn't have found these leaves without your help. It was my honor to render assistance. And, with apologies to present company, allow me to offer my encouragement as well, Third Promise. Ever since I witnessed your performance in the Feat of Reeds, I have been certain that you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. All devised solutions to the Hanuhanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture and revive Ihihana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. In my humble opinion, no one cares more for the people of Tuliolal and what they hold dear. Should you again require the historical musings of an old shipwright, I am ever at your service. For now, I take my leave. I cannot argue with that. Whoa! Character growth moment? We have what we need. Let us return to Br'aax. Kawana, did you have a speck of character development just now? Are you growing as a person? Oh my goodness. That's incredible. Hello. I am a clown. You want to see some clownery? You want to see some clownery real quick? Check this out, check this out. Unable to teleport, you are not attuned to that etherite. Ah! That was a rookie mistake, Mana Scarlet. You have to wonder whether Wukuvu is actually a historian and not a shipwright. I'm glad we were successful. The others should be back soon, I expect. I hope so. I'm famished. How did everyone fare? We got the Najul leaves. Wukuvu came along and helped us find them. Wukuvu was here. I would have liked to say hello. Yes, he gave us an important history lesson. That Bakool Ja Ja brought an end to centuries of warfare surprises me little, but to achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely. Leave it to my old man to find the oddest of solutions. But how about the rest of you? Is our kitchen okay? Everything should be in order. Urianjay and I made another tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils we need, with no mention of what we needed them for, of course. And I am pleased to report that we are stocked with the finest firewood this forest has to offer. Spoken like a true expert. Erenville and I found our Xibruq, so we should have meat aplenty. It was a spirited creature, so much so that its hunter fell down a cenote trying to catch it. What part of never speak this to anyone did you not understand? Oh, get his ass, get her ass, Erenville. I picked a good portion of local herbs, with particular attention to the seeds that yield akiote. I'm told our resident astrologian divined the appropriate measurements for the seasonings as well. Yay, Urianjay! Aye, though further inquiry did I determine the ideal balance of spices. Then all that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume that at least one of among us is versed in the culinary arts. Me. I can hardly claim profound skill, but I have cooked for myself. You can leave the rest to me. And you, I hope. As I recall, you are an accomplished culinarian. Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. Oh, my mouth is watering already. Without further delay, then. Cooking montage. Cooking montage. Do it. Please. Please, I'm begging you. If you do it, Dawntrail will be my favorite expansion. Do it. Boo. Wait, unless...
Oh, it smells so good.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bakool Ja Ja. No one cares what you think.
True.
Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
It's ready. Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Xibruq Pibil.
This looks amazing!
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamook to cook the spiced meats favored by the Xibruq. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then.
Itty bitty taco. I'm gonna have an... Oh wow, it actually went inside his mouth. He ate the whole thing in one bite. That's kind of insane.
In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Xibruq Pibil admirably.
Yay!
Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yak Te'l's history of violence and your father's role in ending it. Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you.
Yay!
All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Xibruq Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
Yum.
I see. While your effort looks the part, Unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated and spiced before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Xibruq Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Ugh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Xibruq Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
This was stupid anyway.
Oh, no.
His ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I am suddenly very scared of him.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious! The Xibruq is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the najou leaf rounds out these spices is sublime. This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Choke on your harmony.
Come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I wonder if he's jealous of them, because they're adopted and he's not, so...
Ah, that was bliss. You've got real culinary talent. If you ever tire of adventuring, you can always be my personal chef.
Thank you.
It was palatable enough, I suppose. To you, who have successfully performed the feat of Repast, I present these keystones.
What flavor is it? I'm gonna predict orange! Orange flavor! Am I right? Am I wrong? Oh, it's a lemon flavored.
Only one feet left.
It's lemon flavored! Yummy!
Well, I should get going then.
Goodbye.
I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
Say that you love your sister. Say it. Aw.
We can do better than that, surely.
I love my anxiety king. Damn, I like him. He's growing on me so
The
much.
sixth keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important. Was there any Xibruq Pibil left? I could really use another helping.
Aw. I am way more scared of Xibruq Ja than I am Bakool Ja Ja. I don't like that he scared Kryl. That is some intense hatred right there. We need to start considering how to reclaim that keystone from Bakool Ja Ja. Depriving the first promise of a keystone is a crucial victory indeed. One final feat remains, and this one I hardly know what to expect. I'm relieved that our dish was well received. That was so good! I'm already looking forward to having Xibruq Pibil again. Here, Mana. Kryl made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it. I'm thinking to buy more for the road myself. Now that the feat of Repast is over, the villages should be free to offer it to us, right? Hell yeah. Yay, new wares are now available from the Xibruq merchant in Br'aax. Is it Pipil? Yep. Is it banana taco? Feet of the Brotherhood, here we come. Seeing as we now face the penultimate objective of the rite, it would be wise to travel to Mamook and undertake the feat of the Brotherhood without delay. Wise, yes, but impossible. The Tiatenbeck Traverse, which connects the upper forest to the Jahtika heartland, is still impassable. Is there no other route? I'm afraid not. Work to clear the path is underway, though, so I'm hopeful we can resume our journey soon. Then let us each use this time as we see fit. I, for one, would like to explore the village's surrounds. If Erenville would oblige me with a tour. Very well, I have no other engagements. Then I will come with you, if only to prove that I am capable of keeping my footing. Though I shouldn't rejoice in our delay, it does afford me an opportunity to look into my grandfather's purported visit to Yak Te'l. Oh, that's right! Mablu did say something about a foreign mage coming through here decades back, didn't she? I'll come with you. Want to join us, Mana? Yeah, I need more Kryl lore for Kryl Video Part 2. Then let us reconvene here after our respective diversions. As I recall, the merchant met my grandfather at a market in Yak Te'l some 20 years ago. Any who might reliably remember him must therefore be at least middle-aged. Let us make inquiries where we can. A foreign mage 20 years ago. Yes, I remember him. It's not often we get visitors from across the salt, let alone those traveling with infants. A baby girl, as I recall. I only saw him in passing, mind. If anyone were to know more, I'd wager it would be Xibruq. He was already in Xibruq then. A baby girl? It couldn't have been. Yeah, that's right, Kryl, it was you. Thank you, sir. That information is very helpful. That's right, Kryl, you're from Tyrol. Surprise! This may be the very lead I was hoping for. So Xibruq has been Xibruq for over 20 years. That's before even I was born. And maybe he's your secret dad, Wuklamat. I don't know. Hello again. Do you require assistance? A foreign mage passed through Xibruq roughly 20 years ago, possibly carrying a young child. Do you remember him? Why do you ask me this? Who is this man to you? He may have been my grandfather, and I wish to know what brought him here. Your grandfather? Not by blood, but he is family nonetheless. A foreign mage did indeed visit Xibruq, Master Galuf. Surprise! So far as his identity is concerned, I trust you are satisfied. More than that, however, I cannot say. Why not? I simply cannot. I beg your forgiveness and understanding. Very well, I will not press. Thank you for confirming his presence here. The rest I will discover myself. Out of more general curiosity, I have another question. They say the Yakui once dwelled in these forests. Where was that exactly? General curiosity indeed. But yes, before they withdrew to Urkapacha some 5 centuries ago, the Yakui claimed Yak Te'l as their own. Many of their architectural remains can be found in the lower forest, the Ja Tika heartland. Then that's where they must have had their visions. Thank you. That answers much and more. I understand what it means to long for one's family, so believe me when I say that, though my position forbids me from aiding you further, I wish you nothing but success. By helping the Third Promise find the Golden City, you will surely find the answers to your questions. You are Wooklamat's secret dad, aren't you? You even have green eyes like her. What's the story here? Speaking of which, I have a query of my own for you, Mana. May I request a moment of your company? Sure, tell me that you're Wooklamat's real dad. I'll listen. Go on, we'll wait for you. Yeah, they have the same hair color, too. Yeah, do it, dude. Go ahead, tell me. I'm all ears, buddy. Tell me that you're Wooklamat's real dad. I'll listen. I'll listen to your story. Thank you for obliging me. First, let us head to the cenote behind this village. Okay, Mr. Wooklamat, Senior. Mr. Wooklamat the First. Weeah! It was my intention to see you off without saying anything, but Mistress Kral's plea has softened my resolve. Okay, what is it, Wooklamat's real dad? As the leader of our community, I am gladdened to see that the Third Promise has surrounded herself with such compassionate and trustworthy companions. Would you tell me of her journey thus far? Oh, you want to know what your daughter's journey was like because you're secretly her dad. Well, okay, so first we went to see the Pelu Pelu and she caught an alpaca, and then we went to see the Hanu Hanu and she made a boat, and then we went to... Is that so? It seems the rite has been a source of great learning and growth for Wooklamat. Yeah, why do you want to know her secret real dad? It does me well to hear that. You're happy to hear that your secret daughter is doing well? So what's the story here? My daughter would be about her age. Girls are rarely born amongst the Xibruq, so when she arrived, the village was elated. Such joy I felt when first I held her, and pain when I found her at the bottom of a cenote. What? 3 years old. An accident, it was said, but I knew better. She had been pushed. Wait, this got dark real quick. Though we never caught them, a suspicious figure was seen fleeing towards the Ja Tika heartland, towards Mamook. Once bitter enemies, the Mamook Ja and Xibruq had learned to live in peace. But who could doubt the intent of such a reprehensible act? By targeting the child who would one day lead her people, the criminal sought to undermine the future of the Xibruq. I was determined not to let them succeed, and so I let the memory of my daughter die in that cenote, and gave her into the care of the one person I knew who could protect her. Oh, okay, so she didn't die. She didn't die. Okay. Dawn's servant Bakool Ja Ja. I see. Though she was born to lead the Xibruq, fate had a greater plan for Wooklamat. So someone tried to kill her when she was 3 years old. Only the Dawn servant and I know the truth, but I must now take you into my confidence for one reason. If the villain who attempted to murder my daughter was indeed of Mamook, then rancor towards the Xibruq still burns. I was caught off guard once. I will not suffer the same tragedy again. And so I ask you, not as the Dawn Servant's elector, but as a father, to watch over the Third Promise. Defend her from her enemies that may be lurking in shadow. Will you do this for me? Yeah, I'll do anything for you, Wooklamat's secret real dad. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliolal, but a concerned father. Both Wuklamats, adopted dad and real dad, care so much about her. She is blessed. Suffice it to say, this conversation must remain between us. Pray breathe not a word of this to anyone. Okay, no problem. You can count on me. Did Bakool Ja Ja try to kill Wuklamat as a baby? That is so funny. That is so funny. Uh-oh. Recalling the past has rendered me emotional. I require a moment to compose myself, but please do not keep the third promise waiting. I feel better having spoken with you. My thanks. I'm gonna go talk to your secret daughter now. Bye. Oh, Herm. Interesting. What do you got for me there, Wuklamat? A solo duty. No! Ah, shit. Surprise. Finished speaking with Mamook, have you? What in the world is about to happen? What the hell is about to happen? Upon speaking with Wuklamat, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Oh my god. What the hell is about to happen? You're back! So what did Mamook want? Oh, Wuklamat, you're not gonna believe this because I'm not gonna tell you. It's alright, you don't have to say. More importantly, the Tianbek Traverse still isn't cleared yet. Something about even more rocks. Then I think I'll take the opportunity to rest. All that cooking and preparing for it has worn me out. A nap does sound tempting. A moment, promise. You're one of Bakool Ja Ja's. What do you want? I've come to fetch you. You're welcome to refuse, but know that it would be most unwise. And why's that? I'm sure your salted friend has an idea. What do you think? And they say house cats don't come when called. Follow me, promise. Do I get to come? Okay, good. We're gonna take our blueberry stone back.
What is the meaning of this? And just how far do you plan on taking us?
You son of a bitch.
Oh, Mamook! Bakool Ja Ja, you snake! If you want my keystone so badly, you deal with me and me alone. Leave the Elector out of this.
Is that all you think he is? Foolish kitty! This man is the reason we are here.
I think the cat's about to...
Take a good look at him. Go on. Look. Surely you recognize your real father.
Shut up, dude.
Don't believe us? Then ask your trusted sellsword. She heard it straight from the old man's mouth.
Is it true? Is Mamook my... Your silence says it all.
Now that you understand the situation, let's see those keystones. I'll even let you fight for them. Just you and me. If that adventurer attempts to interfere,
Ooh, do I get to be Wuklamot?
I'll kill the old man myself!
You despicable, heartless fiend! Kinsman or no, I won't stand for you taking hostages! Come on then! You wanna fight? I'll give you a fight!
Oh, such heroic caterwauling promise. I'm shaking. Guard our hostage well. We wouldn't want to attempt any thoughts of rescue. By the by, house cat, they've been instructed to put down Papa dearest when you lose. Hopefully he settled his affairs.
Don't worry. I'm not losing to the likes of him.
You are now playing as Wuklamot. Go, my student. You can do this!
Well, what are you waiting for, you blessed bastards? It's 2 against 1. Don't tell me you're scared.
I know I didn't hear you right.
Get their ass. Cowards don't stand a chance against Wuklamot.
You dare call us cowards?
Get their ass!
Kill you!
Get their ass! Let's go!
Don't look away, son. I want you to watch as I tear your beloved promise to shreds!
Hey, eyes on me. The house cat, remember? I'll say it again. I'm not losing to the likes of you. I'm going to become Dawn's servant, and I will protect my people.
Oh my god. Hell yes. Let's go. Hey, in this battle, I will play as Wuklamot. This is new. Through skillful combat, Wuklamot will gain the resolve she needs to unleash powerful limit breaks. Not only do these attacks deal great damage, they will recover HP. Use them early and often to emerge victorious. Do all of the special solo duties have this now? Now let's see. Rushes the target and delivers an attack. And there's my limit break. Okay. Okay. I have been waiting all goddamn expansion for this, you son of a bitch!
Come, you mangy house cat, so I can rip you to pieces! I'll cut you to shreds! My magic should be more than enough for Miss Mittens. I'll make you eat dirt.
tricks, Bakool Ja Ja. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the brave warrior? This Mittens is no longer abusing me, brother.
This rite has taught me so much. About my nation, my people, and myself.
What? Can't keep up? You're mine!
How do you like this? Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
I finally understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Irritating pest! It's time we finished her, brother. This is the end for you, kitten. You're mine. You're mine. Try this. Know your place.
Not enough to claim the title of Dawn Servant. I must carry on Papa's legacy, his love for our people.
I'll grind you beneath my heel! An upstart! Why won't you die? Fine! I'll show you the true power of the Blessed!
I will be the next Dawn Servant, and I'll protect my people's happiness to the last! That's why there's no way I'll ever lose to the light of you!
What? But that was everything I had! I can't stand it anymore! Attack!
Whoa! Woo! Whoa!
This is our fight! it! You're mine! You bring shame upon us! You think we care about your stupid pride? This is for Mamook! We cannot lose!
Oh, the great Bakool Ja Ja needs help, I see. Send your whole army. You still won't win.
Oh my god!
I will prove that my allies are right to believe in me.
Such confidence! What changed? She wasn't like this before!
Let's go! Oh, I loved that. I loved that. That was some good shit. Give me back my blueberry keystone, bitch!
I reclaim what you stole.
No. How can this be? How could that puny house cat beat all of us?
You've caused nothing but trouble with your dirty tricks. Threatening the Hanu, releasing Vallarmanda, harassing me is one thing, but you've endangered too many innocents. No more, Bakool Ja Ja. I will not stand for it. If you even think of tormenting my people again, you will answer to me.
No. No.
And he goes and forgets he had the way blocked.
What? That was his doing?
The only part left in the saga is the Lay of the Brotherhood in Mamook. The plan was to force you here so we could take the rest of your keystones.
So that's what he was up to. But, should you be telling us this?
What does it matter? You've beaten us. It's over. We'll release the hostage.
Hello, secret real dad.
I'm sorry. I was careless.
Are you all right? So what Bakool Ja Ja said about you and me...
But to single-handedly defeat Bakool Ja Ja, you truly are the Dawn Servant's daughter.
Oh.
It has been my honor to bear witness to your journey. Promise.
Oh.
Promise. Yes. That's what I am. I'm Bakool Ja Ja's daughter, and Tuliholal's next Dawn servant.
Oh my god.
Come on. Let's rejoin the others.
Did something happen while we were away? There's a certain satisfied air about you. Erenville's tour was both educational and exciting. I hope we can persuade him to conduct another in the lower forests. For as weathered as our promise looks, she is positively glowing with confidence. What in the world happened? The twins ran me from one end of the Utomo horizon to the other, asking about everything of remote interest along the way. Seems we were last to return. I'm glad everyone made it back safely. Thank you for having faith in me. Keeping out of the fight even when it got dirty couldn't have been easy for you. But Bakool Ja Ja won't be the last person to threaten those I care about. I wanted to prove to myself that I can stand up to such villains, even when I stand alone. Which isn't to say I won't ask for your help when I need it, of course. I know better than that now. Earlier in the Second Promises camp, what is happening to Kawana?
The passage to Mamook remains blocked. For now, all we can do is try to rest and recover. Perhaps with a meal, as my sister would no doubt suggest. Shall we borrow the kitchens and prepare some Xibruq Pibil?
You starting to lighten up there, buddy? We love that for you.
So thou hast taken a liking to the dish. As we learn to appreciate the unfamiliar, 'tis only natural that we develop new affinities. There is no shame in this.
But there is in ignorance. I had barely considered what the people of Tuliholal hold dear. What hopes they harbor for the future. Our nation is built upon the bonds that Father forged during his journey across Tural. But so single-minded have I been in my advocacy of foreign innovations that I fail to understand my own people. Could someone who struggles to connect with the populace ever make a worthy Dawn servant?
To understand and connect with people is by no means easy. But there is something you can do to pave the way. Let them see you for who you really are. What makes you laugh and cry and rage. That sort of honesty is the first step towards mutual understanding and connection.
Understanding begets fellowship, as my father said. And yet, what you suggest does not come naturally to me.
I, too, have found it difficult to speak from the heart. In thy struggles, I see mine own, painful in their familiarity. Yet frightening though it may feel, if we are to move forward, we must indeed take that first step. Dispense with pretense, and simply be.
Do you remember when you first approached us, and we asked you why you wanted to become Dawn Servant? You said you wished to use the knowledge you acquired in Sharlayan for your country, and in doing so repay your father for the opportunities he afforded you. What won me over was not your ambition, but your motivation. So let your people know this, and in time, they'll come to support you as we do. You can't hide behind that stoicism forever.
Very well then. I will make a greater effort to be myself. By not being my usual self so much.
Catboy growth moment. You love to see it. Aww. This is kind of just turning into a feels-good story. Aaronville won't let me talk to him. Oh, there we go. Okay, but he's saying the same thing. So, next quest! So what's the state of the Tibnek Traverse? Still being cleared, I'd assume. Mamook said he would notify us as soon as work was done. Then perhaps now would be a good time to consider how we might reclaim Wuklamat's stolen keystone. The next feat will be our last after all. Oh, that? Don't worry about that. I got something cool to show you. Oh, I already got it back. What? When? Not to mention how. This is Bakool Ja Ja we're talking about. Okay, so it was really cool. So what's-his-face was actually my secret real dad, but that doesn't matter because Bakool Ja Ja was my papa. And I kicked Bakool Ja Ja's ass and now I got my blueberry keystone back. So I taught him a lesson and took my keystone back. You bested Bakool Ja Ja in single combat. Bravo! What can I say? I've had good friends to encourage and cheer me on. Hello, secret real dad! There you are. Our excavators have contacted me with news of their success. The Tibnek Traverse is now safe for travel. Then we finally can make for Mamook. Come to think of it, isn't it Bakool Ja Ja's home? We can only hope its residents don't share his winning personality. If it is indeed the city where Kentenram first met the Dawn Servant, surely some civility awaits us. I would not be so certain. It is true that the Dawn Servant received Kentenram in Mamook, and was instrumental in the establishment of friendly relations between the Xibruq and Mamook Ja. But since that time, most of the Mamook Ja who supported his peace have left their city in favor of abiding in the capital. What remains is a cloister of Mamook, and while these traditionalists do not take up arms against us, neither do they bear great love for outsiders. Whatever they're like, the people of Mamook are also of Tuliolal. If I'm to be Dawn Servant, it's my job to know them first of all. Well, we'll be on our way then. I'm glad I can learn about where I came from, and eat so much Xibruq Pibil besides. Thank you for everything, Mamook. Till next time, take care. Bye, Dad! First, we make our way across the Xibruq Cinderfield, due southeast. There goes my girl. She makes her dad proud. How you have grown indeed. You're not that same 3-year-old who fell into a cenote anymore.